update.
Thank you so much. Right now we want to talk to Sheriff Jim Crone, who is in Morgan County. He is the sheriff of Morgan County.
Yes.
And we know that there are some concerns there, sir, about the flooding issues there. What are you facing right now?
Oh, right now we're just waiting for the water to go down. It's staying well in the flood stage, but at least it's not as high as it was. We have a lot of...
We apologize that we have lost connection.
I believe we
Sheriff,
still have it. Sheriff, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. We're just waiting for water to recede. They're working right now trying to get some of our bridges open. We have lost all 8 river crossings from across Morgan County, so we have no access to the north side. They're working on Highway 52 right out of Fort Morgan, trying to get that bridge cleared. It looks like they had the best chance of having some success there. We're also allowing people to return to at least the towns of Goodrich and Weldona. We've checked those sites and feel that it's safe for people to return home, at least at this point. We're still obviously going to continue to watch the weather that's going on west of us to see if that's going to affect any of our flow rates coming down towards us.
I know you were concerned about the river cresting, and I think that was just, well, at about this time. What are you seeing? What are you hearing?
It appears that we've crested at least to the central part of the county, and obviously it's going to take a while before it gets to the other end, but the main part of the flow has already passed through our county and is out now, and now we're just waiting for everything to start subsiding. But we're still having some pretty steady rain here. We had some heavy rains in different parts of the county last night, and then obviously we have things that are still going on today as well as out to the west of us.
Can we take a step back for just a second, Sheriff, and let you give us an idea of how many people live in Morgan County and how many people are affected directly by the flooding, or do you have any idea?
We have about a total population of just under 30,000. The Platte River runs literally from the west county line all the way to the east, about 40 miles of river bottom. We don't have a huge amount of population that is directly affected, but we probably evacuated somewhere between 400 and 800 people yesterday, primarily in the western part of the county. But just the other effects that go along with it, like especially cutting our county in half. Yeah. And as I got from one side of the river to the other, I had to drive all the way up to Sterling to get onto the interstate to come back here. So everybody here is going to have a lot of difficulties over the next several days.
So you can still get through on the interstate?
You can get through on the interstate, but you'll have to go either all the way to the Denver metro area and then catch another state highway back to the north part of Morgan County.
So which main arteries then are affected there in Morgan County?
We have Highway 52 is closed from Fort Morgan north to Highway 14. Highway 71 is closed from just north of Brush all the way to Highway 14. Highway 39 from Wiggins north to the town of Goodrich is closed, and Highway 144 is closed south of the town of Orchard, as well as a Highway 144 crossing at County Road 12 in the central part of our county.
Sheriff, what's your biggest challenge right now in terms of dealing with this incident?
Well, you know, the big part of it has come and gone, and now we have not had a flood of this magnitude for many, many years, and we're not really sure kind of what to face at this point. We have the majority of the life safety issues out of the way. Now it's going to deal with resources, because we're obviously going to have some resources on the north side of the river, because we can't send everybody to Sterling in the middle of a priority call and wait for 2 hours for somebody to get to our county. Getting our resources back and forth. If we make an arrest, we're going to have to figure out how to get that prisoner from the north side to the south side. So just some logistical challenges and trying to keep people out of hazardous areas. This water that came down the pike is bad water, so we could have some health concerns. I know the Northeast Colorado Health Department has been involved in doing some advising to citizens on what to do with contaminated water, not only the water that's in their yards, but also people who may have wells that are affected, septic systems. So we're probably going to have some more of some of the inconvenience plus some potential health problems. Fortunately, we're not in the season where we're going to have to worry about mosquitoes, but we're going to have a lot of water sitting there that's not going to be able to move. We're going to have some big ice skating rinks in a couple months.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you're talking about all those road closures, When will you be able to assess those and determine which are, which are salvageable and which are badly damaged?
The majority, like I said, Highway 52 is our best bet right now, and they're working hard to try to get debris off there and maybe get that one open back up if it's in good shape. Fortunately, the approaches are in good shape. The rest of our bridges are okay. It's the approaches to the bridges that are gone, and many of those are probably going to take some weeks before they're able to get those back to the point where they're going to be able to use those bridges again.
Who goes after that? Is that CDOT or is that a combination of county?
And CDOT, and we've got a couple of bridges that belong to Morgan County as well.
Okay. All right, so if you would recap for us again, which areas are no longer under evacuation?
The towns of Goodrich and Weldona in the western part of Morgan County in the Weldon Valley.
And
Sure.
which areas are the main concern right now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Which are those that are of the main concern right now for you?
We only have one other town that we had done evacuations on that we are waiting to make sure that there was not another water-related issue, to make sure that is completely resolved itself before we let folks back into that other small town. But we're going to allow pretty much everybody else to be able to get back into their homes. Some of those folks are not going to be able to stay in their homes because of some of the high water.
Right.
We at least want to be able to give them the opportunity to get back in and at least check out their property.
And will you be assisting them as they do that?
We will if they need be. Most of the folks are probably not going to need much of anything, but there's all kinds of resources here to be able to help people and get them through to the next stage of this.
Sheriff, you sound upbeat. You feel like you're on the top edge of this thing, starting to get it turned around?
Well, I hope so. I mean, it's obviously going to be some people are going to have some pretty devastation. We've had some businesses that could, I guess, potentially be out of business. We've had a lot of farm and agricultural ground gone, but folks are out of here pretty resilient, and we bounce back pretty good. But I guess you got to stay positive, and we want everybody else to stay positive and get in there. And if they got to do some extra fighting to get through this situation, then we'll just all jump in there and get it done together.
Yes, you will. All right.
Well, thank you so much, Sheriff Jim Crone, for taking the time to talk with us, and we are so sorry to hear about the
thank you for kind of representing all of us out here that we have big issues. Obviously, nothing like what the folks up in Larimer and Boulder County have had, but for our little communities out here, we're fortunate. We don't have mountains, we don't have trees, we don't have big fires and floods, but it's pretty devastating to some degree our economy and our folks out here nonetheless.
A lot of prayers and going up for all of you folks out there, and that you'll do well. And the sheriff makes a very good point, and that is, thank you, Sheriff. The sheriff makes an excellent point about the idea that water is bad water. I mean, we just see the water moving along.
You just look at it.
Yes, exactly.
You don't have to be up close and.
It's bad stuff.
It's
I mean,
just bad
even
stuff.
when it goes away, the ground is still going to be contaminated.
Firestone is one of those areas that we